Hey, so it is definitely spring. I mean, it rained like crazy last night. And everything is blooming now. The flower bed by our driveway needs to be cared for before weeds grow in. And there's lots of pruning to do and getting rid of little pebbles and getting rid of some creeping Charlie. And then I'll also show you some of the things that have already grown in. So here it is. Lots of work needs to be done. I'm really excited because this black tower elder looked like a dead stick the whole time with these wilted leaves, but now you can see new growth, and I'm going to cut them somewhere, these little sticks, to make it stronger. The neighbors are leaf blowing, sorry about that. There's a bunch of debris from over the winter and leaves. I think this rhododendron didn't make it. Yeah, I don't know. There's Artemisia, it's already a nice little mound. And my Japanese holly looked good throughout the whole winter, but again in this early spring, it always turns brownish, but there's still some green leaves there, so I'm gonna prune it up again. There's our pet dandelion, no flowers yet. Our sandhill cherry is leafing out. I'm really excited about. It's probably about 3 feet taller than me already. I really should have done this earlier, but this is the pink cascade, I think, butterfly bush. All this needs to go. See the green growth down at the bottom, so I'm going to take care of that. And this is the nodding allium, these 3. And you can see there's still seeds in the seed heads, which are really cute throughout the winter. The only problem is now I have little tiny nodding allium plants everywhere I turn. Everywhere. Everywhere. Here are the remnants of a globe thistle. And you can see down here that there's already new growth coming in. So I'm just going to cut off everything that's dead. Here's the honeyberry. Has its cute little flowers. And there's the baptisia. I just need to get rid of these sticks, and it's already put on a bunch of new growth. These 3. Cocktail tree is blooming. And I could keep showing you everything that's growing, but lavender and all that, but I'm just gonna get to work and you'll see along the way. If anybody's curious, here is the growth on the clematis that I was so scared to trim. Look at these little tendrils. So it's good. So I'm just sitting in the driveway, pulling up any wayward grass and leaves and things like that that shouldn't be here. Trying to pull it out with the roots, and since it rained last night, it's a little bit easier than when the soil is dry. Also, there's pebbles that have fallen from the driveway into the flower bed, and someone, I won't say who, poured our fish tank pebbles here, so now we have fish tank pebbles in our driveway. These are not here to stay. One of our friends dropped them off. He was helping us and he needed space in his truck, and they're here, but they're not my style. When it rains or snows or snow melts, everything goes down this way and it carries salt and things with it. So these are some delphinium. Oh no, these are pansies. What are these? I don't know, but there's a delphinium. I know there are 3 delphinium here somewhere. This one came back, so that's exciting. I moved this Anna's Magic ball from between the garage doors where the clematis is because it turned into Anna's Magic Mohawk, as I liked to call it, because it just got flattened by the snow and it was in the way over the winter and people would walk on it, so not a good spot for it. Okay, this is already full, so I need to dump it. I figured out what those leggy things were that I thought were a delphinium. They're pansies, and pansies are annuals here, but sometimes they come back because they're cold hardy to an extent, and somehow these ones did come back, so I'm just gonna cut off all the dead parts and leave the live parts. That is Angelonia, and it's an annual here and definitely not going to come back, so I'm just going to pull it up. This is the mock orange. Here are some seed pods left from last year. I'm just going to cut off any dead branches. Mock orange doesn't like to be pruned, so I'm really apprehensive about doing it, but at the same time I really want to just cut it all the way down, especially since there's some new growth down at the bottom there. Not going to do that. So looking at it from the other end, you can see how like the mud and the mulch has been washed away. It's like a waterfall, and then it just goes through these stones. So I'm thinking some of those new stones, the bigger ones, will work perfectly on this edge of this flower bed. But I'm gonna do that later. First, I'm going to deal with this butterfly bush and the rest of this bed. So this is a glass slipper, I think, butterfly bush. You can see the seed pods from last year. You're supposed to take those off so that it doesn't spread. But see, these are old leaves. There are some leaves that look okay, but if you keep going down the stem, you see some really nice looking leaves. So I'm gonna cut this branch at least to here. I'll start there for now. You know, these are not very strong, so I'm cutting that off completely until I see nice growth. You can really just go down to the newest growth. It seems like a lot, but it'll just be stronger if you do. Even if you get rid of some nice little leaves. There it is. I mean, it looks like it seems like, or I guess I did cut off a lot, but they grow in so fast. Like, see that shrub right there? That was cut all the way to the ground almost, like right there, and it all grew in last year. That's purple cascade or pink cascade or something. So anyway, they're very reliable for sure. Here's the opening act blush phlox, and it just needs to be cleaned of leaves, and or not. You don't even have to do that. They're kind of a natural mulch, but anyway, it's already happy and it's spread, which I don't mind because I love it. This right here is a daisy. It has yellow flowers, and I don't remember seeing the flowers last year. I must have missed them, but anyway, it just has dead stems that I need to cut off. The leaves are evergreen all throughout the winter, which is kind of cool. I'll probably still pick at it here and there, but that's all it needs really. I mean, there are new leaves coming in, so you could just cut it all the way down and let the new leaves take over, but this is fine. This right here is a Stokes Aster. And I have 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think there's another one somewhere. Anyway, same thing as the daisy. You just cut the dead bits off, clean out the old leaves and stuff, and you're good to go. I can tell you one thing, these apricot blossoms do not smell good. They smell like stale, something stale. So there's the finished Stokes Aster, but I'm going to skip this one until after I do this lavender. And I think the lavender, I'm just going to take it down as far as I can so that the chances of it becoming woody are lower, because you can prune lower the less woody it is, if that makes sense. There's growth all the way down, so I'm just gonna go down, chop all the way down there. Just shear it. Smells lemony. Doesn't look pretty, but you can see the new growth, so it will grow from there. I'm just going to clean that up, all the leaves and grass that are growing in it. And I'm going to do the same to this one. So here you can see last year's growth and then this year's growth. So I'm just going to cut above that, basically, on all the branches. So this is what's left, but it'll grow back. Now I can reach the Stokes Aster. So there you can see how clean everything looks. The aster, the lavender, somewhere over there, the other aster. And then if you're wondering what all this green stuff is, it's vinca or periwinkle. And I'm just kind of picking the leaves out of it. But what I'm hoping is that it becomes the mulch. And also doesn't like drown out the other plants that are growing among it. But I'd rather have this vinca than mulch than having to deal with mulch. And look how cute the flowers are. I mean, you know I like vinca. You've seen other videos, if you've seen other videos of mine, I'm always pointing it out. It's one of the first plants that flowers, and I think it's pretty. It can be invasive, so I'm always like stopping it here at the lawn. Remember how I mentioned the candy tuft over at the front fence area? And how I had some by the garage, but I moved it and it grew really well in that spot? Well, here it is. This is the candy tuft. It's pretty big and it already has little buds. And it's covering one of my columbines. Blue and white columbine. So pretty. I have 1, 2, 3 of them, and this is taking over. Do you think this is sunflower? We have a bunch of it growing. I'm wondering if it's from the bird seed. Here's the other columbine. It's so pretty. And here's this plant that has like blue bells that go upwards though, but I have no clue what it is. Please let me know if you know the name. Talked about that black tower elder. Well, here's the other one, and it's leafing out, but it's just one stick, and I know you can cut it all the way to the ground, but I think I'm just gonna leave it for, maybe I should cut it to right there. And then we have a globe of some sort, allium. Growing a little too close to it. Actually, when I went to plant the black tower elder, I found a bulb that was sliced in half, which was this, but see, it's still growing, so pretty cool. So this is the Brilliantissima aronia. Whoops. But look what I just found. There's like a huge rip, and it's there because this. I need to cut this out, but I don't think I can cut it with this, so I'm just gonna let it be for now and come back to it another day. Here's the catmint. I'm not looking forward to cleaning this up. So many sticks. Smells good though. Just trying to break them out. I don't know if this will work. This is why it's better to do some plants in the fall before they put on new growth, so you don't have to deal with all this stuff, although it is coming out pretty easily. And check all these little baby alliums, all of this baby allium, either way. But you know, this could, because I was thinking maybe it's all the nodding allium from right there, but it could actually be from this globe allium. I mean, it's closer. I think I'm just gonna leave them. See what happens. Okay, so I've made it to the pink or purple cascade butterfly bush, and you can see all the growth is down here, and all this is dead, so I'm just gonna cut it there. See if I can handle this. Okay, that one was thin. I don't know if I have the right loppers for this. Look at this. It's like the width of a quarter diameter. Okay, that was impressive. Good job, guys. There's some thin ones. This one just went around. That's kind of weird. Let's see if I can get this one. I don't think so. Okay, that'll work for now. Just gonna take out all the leaves. And it's pretty much done. Maybe I'll cut this one out. Oh. I'll cut this one out completely because it's kind of going toward the lawn. It has its own roots. Okay, don't copy that method. That probably wasn't the right method. There's the butterfly bush. It's good enough. Those are all its parts. And now I'm going to go for this globe thistle. Same concept, just cut off the dead stuff. It's really spiky, but the flowers are so cute, it's worth it. Although I don't know if this is the best area for it. Done a bunch of that, cleaning up that area, and now we're at the Baptisia, and it's the same as some of the other perennials. You just kind of break off the dead stuff and leave the live stuff, and then you're done. This happens to break off easily, although I did pull a piece up. Is it? Yeah. Might be easier to break off without gloves on, so you have a little more control, or you can just cut it. I only have these on me and my back hurts, so I don't feel like getting the smaller ones, but they work the same pretty much. But I think I'm going to just break them with my fingers if I can, because I feel like I have a little bit more control. There. Oh, it's not Baptisia, it's toad flax. I keep getting this, or maybe they're both. No, Linaria. So this is not Baptisia. Linaria. Baptisia, I do have it here somewhere. Is it this? False indigo. Yeah. This is it. Looks like it has new buds coming up. And this Baptisia, but it's toad flax. And I just break it off if I can. Break off the old stems, which have really pretty pink flowers later in the season. And if I can't use my hand, then I just cut it as far as I can. All the new growth comes from the ground, so it really doesn't matter how far you break these off, cut these off, or if you just leave them, it'll still flower. Just try not to impale your hand with the stems. Ouch. No problem. I kind of cleaned up the raspberries and all that stuff, and I'm down to the nodding allium. And at this point, I'm super tired, but this happens to be coming up really easily. Just grabbing all the stems, or a bunch, and pulling them out if I can. And then the old leaves just come off like that. So that's it. Just trying not to get these little seeds everywhere. Okay, well, I've been working all day and it looks pretty good. Tomorrow I will mulch. This is just a few days, or maybe about a week, since I cleaned the flower bed. Delphinium a week or so later. There's the pansy a week or so later. The vinca hasn't really spread. The candy tuft a week or so later. It really sparkles. There's the columbine. You can see the other one peeking from under the candy tuft. We talk about the irises, but there they are right there. And right there. They're pretty big. All of that. And there's the allium with the bud. And the other allium with the bud. There's one of the butterfly bushes, the pink cascade. Oh, and I'll show you the other one, the glass slippers. There's the glass slippers, butterfly bush. This is the opening act blush phlox. And I didn't do anything to the Black Tower elders, but here's one of them. Here's one of the Black Tower elders a week after the video, this video. I don't know if I talked about this in a video, but this is the Black Knight Buddleia butterfly bush. Something ate this tulip flower, but that's not normal tulip growth. I'm just looking at the Sweet Autumn Clematis and the tulips that we planted in this area. And look, there are 2 flowers coming out of this one. You ever seen that before? It's really sunny right now, but look how cute. I mean, I love dandelions, but then also all the violets in the grass. It's just the best. They're everywhere. And then here's the flower bed by the fence. Things are really growing in. Just wanted to show you in particular, I don't know what these are, maybe Star of Persia allium? I don't know. We just planted a bunch of bulbs and that was one of them, but I don't know where we planted what. So, and then this is the daisy. And there's the phlox, look how cute. Pink and white. And then the salvia is pretty big. More bulbs right there. This is the daylily. There's even a flower coming up right there. It's just a yellow daylily. Still don't know what this is. Hibiscus is still not awake. Look how big the delphinium is. The problem is that the delphinium in the back got eaten by something. The echinacea, forgot that I put some phlox right here. There's an update on the grass that I moved from the driveway. It was right on the other side of the driveway. And look at this. I still think this is the foxtail lily. One of them. That looks like maybe another one. I wish I remembered what I planted here. And that delphinium has a bud. That is the bloomstruck. Wait, I think bloomstruck, yeah. Hydrangea. There's the rose I pruned. There's another delphinium. This is a poppy, it's really big. There's another poppy. And then candy tuft. How many flowers it has now. And then more salvia. It's all filling in, growing in. This is the sedge that was, or the carex that was next to our garage door. And yeah, everything seems to be happy. Oh yeah, the coralberry clearly made it through the winter. And even the Weigela is back. Not sure what's going on with this yellow climbing rose though. I don't know if it made it through my pruning. The weeping white spruce, aka Eeyore, seems to be doing pretty well. There's some new little cone thingies growing on the top part anyway. And it looks like he's getting taller. Hi. And then even this, I forget what it's called, but it was eaten by something. And it's putting on new growth at the tip and in a couple other spots, so there's still hope. Oh yeah, I think we named that. So that's Eeyore. I think this is Tigger, and that little one is Piglet.